Hi there, I'm Siobhan Key from Weight Solutions for Physicians. Thank you so much for downloading my time-saving tips to end binge and stress eating. This video series is my best tips that don't take adding extra things into your life because I know you're already busy. And what I want for you is to take these simple to implement tips, make them so that you can start putting them in place in your life right away and start seeing some changes to your binge or stress eating. Now, if this is your first time meeting me, I am a family physician and obesity medicine physician. I'm also a weight loss coach for physicians. So I coach people through issues like binge eating and stress eating so that they have lasting change in their life. So once they sort it out with solutions that we come up with coaching, they never have to deal with it again. If you enjoy these videos, make sure you check out my podcast, the Weight Solutions for Physicians podcast. It comes out weekly. It's packed with extra information that'll build on what these videos cover. Now, these videos are going to be a series of 3 different videos. I'm going to keep them short so they're easy to watch. Make sure you watch all of them so you get to the end and then pick one of these tools to put in place in your life right away. Choose one, start using it and see what happens. And I would love for you to let me know how it goes. All right, so this first one, I'm going to give you one of the easiest and maybe surprising tools to start getting a handle on binge eating. But first, I just wanted to say I am a physician, but I'm not your physician. And watching this video is for educational purposes only. Watching this video does not constitute medical advice, and it does not create a patient-physician relationship. If you have any questions about your own eating or other health concerns, please consult your own physician. All right, tip number 1 is eat more. What? You might be wondering what the heck I'm talking about, especially if you've been working on getting a handle on binge eating or stress eating and trying to work on your weight for a long time. You've probably spent a lot of time focusing on eating less and spending so much time thinking about how you need to eat less. Well, let me explain it to you. I'm not saying eat everything. That's different. I'm saying purposefully eat more at certain times of the day so that your appetite hormones and your mind are much more settled around food, which then makes it easier to take the other steps to get a handle on the binge eating and the emotional eating. So let me explain a bit of the science behind this. Binge eating is classically considered to be in a binge-restrict cycle. And I think a lot of us have probably been there, even if you don't identify with binge eating. I'm sure you've had a day where you've ate too much, you feel kind of remorseful, you ate off your plan, and what do we think about when we go to bed? We think tomorrow's going to be different. I'm going to wake up and tomorrow I'm going to stick to my plan, which is great. It's good to be motivated. But what do? We wake up in the morning and we feel fresh. And right from the beginning, we are on our plan and we are being careful and we are not straying. And we eat a light breakfast and a light lunch. Maybe if you're doing intermittent fasting, you choose not to eat one or both of those meals at all. And it's all going well until later in the day. And then all of a sudden, all the food cravings hit and you start to feel out of control and you end up eating off your plan again. And you end up feeling remorseful and beating yourself up because here you are again. And when you understand this from a scientific perspective, I think it really helps because it takes a lot of the blame away and it gives you an understanding of what's actually going on. So that restricting, when you're like, yeah, I'm going to do better tomorrow, I'm going to be on my plan, that restricting in the morning often means we're not eating quite enough. And it, number 1, can set up some mind stuff about restriction or deprivation, and we're going to talk about that in one of the other tips. But more importantly, if you are used to maybe overeating a bit and then you eat really lightly earlier in the day, what happens is your hunger hormones start to go up. And your body thinks it's not getting enough food, so it gives you a drive to eat more. And by the time you get to the end of the day, when you're feeling a bit tired, you might be a bit emotionally exhausted, and your decision-making skills are at their all-time or all-day low, then all of a sudden these hunger hormones are there too, and they set you up for eating and not feeling in control. So what I want you to do to eat more is step out of that binge restrict cycle. So you can still follow a plan You can still eat certain foods that are on your plan, but what I want you to do is eat enough of them at breakfast and lunch so that you feel satisfied. And I personally believe eating foods that are higher in protein and higher in fat with some good vegetables are probably good options. I would avoid foods that we know increase your hunger hormones, such as processed foods, sugary foods. So I'd focus on whole foods that have good quality fat, good quality protein, and some vegetables, and eat those to the point of feeling really satisfied in the morning and at lunch. And that may feel uncomfortable at first. If you're used to really restricting yourself and being careful with what you eat, eating more may feel uncomfortable, but I really encourage you to at least try this for a 2-week trial. Just say, I'm going to eat more. I'm going to eat more fat, breakfast and lunch, purposely to where I feel satisfied, and I'm going to see what my evenings are like. Because I would bet that your evenings will feel more in control. They may not be perfect, but we've got other tools I'm going to teach you for that. But they're going to feel better. And if we take the biological drivers away, or we improve the biological drivers for why we overeat later in the day, then it makes it easier to start working on more of the mental drivers for why we're overeating. Okay, so time-saving tip number 1, eat more. Even if your brain tells you don't. And step away from that binge restrict cycle. So when you catch yourself feeling bad about what you ate and feeling that you overate and telling yourself you're going to be better, you're going to eat less, you're going to be really careful, modify that. Go through a more neutral ground. Just tell yourself you're getting back on track and you're just going to eat in a way that makes your body feel good and satisfied. So see me in the next video for tip number 2. And if you find these tips helpful and you feel like you need a little more support to put this into action in your life, check out my website at weightsolutionsforphysicians.ca and click on the Work With Me button. And you can book an introductory session there to actually have one-on-one time with me to chat about how I could best help you and see if we'd be a good fit for private coaching to help you work on this difficult issue. All right, see you in video number 2.